And welcome to another episode of the Nonsense Review. I am your host as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hello everybody, and, / good day.
Yes, exactly. As Rick may or may not have informed y'all, he's in Australia, so we're pre-recording this. And you know what that means. We don't get to talk about our weeks. Instead, we're going to borrow a segment from the Nonsense Retrospective.
The good old time-honored tradition of the Nonsense Asinine Hypotheticals. And you said you had one for me.
Well, Rick, today we are watching Cow and Chicken. So my question to you is, you get to make a show with two animal protagonists. What two animals do you pick? Don't pick cat and dog, it's been done to death.
Oh, cat and dog's been done to death. One of them's got to be a predator, one of them's got to be prey. So I'm going to go with...
No, cow and chicken are both prey.
Oh, sure. But it's more fun when one of them is a predator.
Oh, you want to get into some vor shit, don't you?
Yeah, but I'm going to make the prey one, massive. Even though they're not meant to be. A big old bunny whose every meal is, pure protein. And a meek little something or other. If I say fox, then it's just going to be fucking...
Yeah, it's just going to be
Zootopia all over again.
I think the problem is you've already gone for a generic lovable animal.
Yeah. So let's have...
When you said the prey was going to be big, I thought you were going to go for a rhino, not just a bunny on steroids.
Yeah. So let's have a cheetah who is woefully underprepared for the universe by being a zoo animal, and I think the big old protein bunny who's gotten so bored of being in captivity that they've turned to lifting weights. So yeah, big bunny and cheetah kitten.
Okay, I can't say I'd watch it based on the premise, but.
Yeah, it came out my arse.
Oh, okay. He serves us shit and expects us to call it Frogwa.
Yeah.
But yes, do you have a question for me, my friend?
My one for you, it's a little bit broad, but can you think of a fictional character and a non-fictional character that you would like to see a deathmatch between?
It's really not a fair question, because the fictional character will almost always beat the real one.
True. Well, if we're going to go with injustice rules, where everything is put on an even playing field, which, is the reason that they have Superman able to not instantly murder the Joker.
Except he does in Injustice.
Oh, I mean, yeah, he does.
It's a bit bad example you picked there, bud.
Okay. The reason that the Joker is able to be a playable character at all against other things that can be superheroes.
Yeah, but that's because bullshit Mortal Kombat rules.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't really think of any real-life warriors that I'd want to see fight a mythical one, if you get what I'm saying, because...
You can extend it to mythical interpretations of the real warriors, if you like.
But that's not the issue. The issue is a lot of my real-life historical figures that I find interesting aren't warriors. They are strategists. They are intellects. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Also, I can't really think of anything. Fucking Escanor from Seven Deadly Sins versus Lu Bu. There you go. I picked Lu Bu, which is the most generic fucking pick ever.
I mean, it's good enough. It's good enough.
Oh, it sucks. Everybody always does Lu Bu because Lu Bu has been put on this pedestal of mythical warrior proportions.
And every time there's a new Warriors game, the question is, who is the Lu Bu of this game?
There's that. I also do like how it's become a bit of a meme in Dynasty Warriors of do not pursue Lu Bu.
Yeah, in the new one it's Byleth.
In Dynasty Warriors 4, it might have been 3, I can't remember, there's a straight up point where Lu Bu appears on the battlefield and the game just says, yeah, just don't fight him. Just go around him. Anyway, yeah, sorry for the generic as fuck answer, but I wasn't really given enough prep time. There's the problem with broad questions, you need prep.
Yeah, my bad. But yeah, today we're going to be watching the first episode of Season 1 of Cow and Chicken.
We're not doing the pilot.
We're going straight into Episode 1 because it had a fun title. So if you'd like to watch along with us at home, it's 3, 2, 1, and go.
I do like this old school, almost grimy music that they use for the intros. It should be grimy because the best friends are called Flem and Earl.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot how annoying the voices were.
Yeah, Cow is obnoxious.
Yeah, Super Cow Aurescote.
Oh yeah, she only speaks in Spanish, doesn't she, when she's Super Cow?
Yep.
Fuck me, I remember Time Squad.
I don't.
A big buff muscly man and basically a child go back in time fixing anomalies in history. And I remember one episode where the Earl of Sandwich wanted to name his invention, the sandwich, after his mother, which means he called it a stinky pile of poo. And no one wanted to eat it. Why would you ever do that?
Putting someone's prison jersey on when you're clearly going to get thrown in the prison.
Yep. If you've never heard that song, it's a good one by Thin Lizzy.
Yeah. Tonight there's going to be a jailbreak somewhere in the town.
Yeah, but it's so much better with their fucking iconic riffs.
Dum 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 dum.
Lead singer of Thin Lizzy, right, was the first time I've ever seen a Celtic person be black.
Okay.
I the only other person I know who's Celtic and black was the guy who played Jock in Porridge.
Okay. Let's put the rubber glove on.
You got lucky.
Yeah, so I think we're missing the opening credits on this.
We absolutely are.
Where Mama had a chicken, Mama had a cow, Dad was proud, he didn't care how.
Do. Chicken can clearly slip through the bars.
Oh, definitely. Unless his arse is massive.
It's not.
It was big enough to get stuck in the toilet.
Oh, his head was in the toilet, wasn't it?
Yeah, his head was in the toilet, but his arse was what made him stop getting flushed down.
To be fair, I think I watched this cartoon at one point, and even as a child, I was like, I don't think prison is like that.
No.
Oh yeah, that's the food from this. The iconic food in this was pork butts, which is literally just pig arse.
Yeah. Well, you can actually buy those.
I wouldn't want to.
Apparently, the traditional way of preparing them is you deep fry them and serve them up like meaty onion rings.
I refuse to believe that's real.
Yeah, pork bungs.
Find it weird that she doesn't say the word cow in Spanish.
Yeah.
Unless the word cow in Spanish is cow.
I think it's vaca.
I really don't know any Spanish.
La vaca dice mu.
I know por favor.
Oh, it's the red guy.
Yeah, fun fact, this guy is actually Satan, but even back then they were like, you can't call him Satan, so that's why they call him Red Guy.
Yeah, and isn't his full name the Red Pantsless Guy?
Yeah, something like that. He also appears in I Am Riesel.
Yes.
Look at that really unflattering arse.
Yeah, his arse is always out. It's always pimply. Wasn't I Am Weasel like the middle show of Cow and Chicken?
Yep.
Oh, that's why he's in both of them.
Yes. It took me a long time as a child to get the gag of I Am Riesel being grammatically correct and I Are Baboon not being grammatically correct, and that's how you know who's smart and who's dumb.
Yep. I am Weasel!
I am Weasel! I Are Baboon does the victory dance, 'cause I Are's better than Weasel. I don't know the rest.
And then just 3 copies of I Am Weasel! I Am Weasel! I Am Weasel! It always bugged me that it wasn't I Am a Weasel.
Because his name's Weasel.
Yeah.
10 years in solitary confinement. That's not solitary confinement.
Yeah, because there's all of them in there. Oh, apparently that's a really strong udder.
Well, you're not going to talk about that if she was an actual person, she'd just be hitting people with her tits.
Yep.
If I remember, Mum and Dad are literally just a pair of legs.
Yes, Like, you can tell that by when you see the shadow, like, it cuts off at the waist.
Yeah. They were already out! You fucking animals! It really unsettles me that Chicken has teeth.
Yeah. Well, he's broken them at least once in this episode.
I know, but fuck. The implication that he's drinking his sister's milk.
Yep.
Rick, what did you think of that grotesque experience?
I remember not being a fan of, like, to a massive degree when it was new, and I enjoyed that someone else was here to be grossed out alongside with me.
Well, it's like what we said about Farsgar, which is something we recorded today, if you want to date the episode, of, like, gross out humour, but at least this is aimed at kids, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and, like, at least some of the stupid humour is actually funny rather than just being, haha, here's someone's knob.
And I've got to be honest with you, I found the art style of this show better than Farsgar.
Yeah, because it was just, like, even though it was less clean, like, that serves the slapstick better. I think part of what makes modern art styles less fun is the fact that because they're done in a computer, because half of them are done by Flash or whatever the modern replacement for Flash is, that characters have character models and things happen to the character models, whereas this is traditionally animated. If you want Chicken's beak to get slapped off, like it did, then that's just what happens, and he now has a new appearance without a beak for a couple of frames.
Yeah, man, yeah.
But yeah, how about you? What do you think?
It was good. I remember loving Cow and Chicken as a kid, and I gotta be honest with you, I don't think it's aged that poorly. Yes, you're correct, there is some gross out humour, but I still remember, I already knew that going in. Like, again, the main friends are Flem and Earl. Like, Earl is a disgusting name anyway, but Flem, ugh. Sorry to any listeners named Earl, I don't mean it.
Or Flem.
No, if you're named Flem, your parents hate you.
Yeah.
So anyway, Rick, favourite moment?
I think my favourite moment was, well, I think I brought it up earlier, that when Chicken gets his beak ripped off by sticking his head out the bus. And yeah, that just goes to show how flexible traditional animation can be. Like, I always look to early Simpsons where a visual gag can only happen because it's not taking place in a 3D modeled world or whatever. Like, the fact is, the animators can do something fun with it. So yeah, the fact is that moment of Chicken getting his beak ripped off was my favourite moment. How about you?
My favourite moment was the fact that they apparently feed their children via catapult.
Yep.
It was unfortunately ended on a joke of Chicken sucks his sister's tits, but, you know, apart from that, the gag was funny. I also like how, going back to it being traditionally animated, you can tell because they cut away for most of it because they couldn't be asked to keep doing it. That's a nice little trick that they used to do in animation, and they still do sometimes these days, and that is, animating this is going to be hard. We're going to animate about 3 frames and then cut away.
Yeah, and just play we'll play the sound effect and see what shows someone reacting to it, or a pan out shot. Like today we got the pan out shot.
It's something they do in video games a lot as well, specifically from soft games, where it's like, here's this great city of Anor Londo. No, you're not going inside the buildings.
Yeah, you're not going inside the buildings, and we're going to go from this sweeping panorama of the city to the sun. You should look at the sun for a while you spawn in.
Which ain't even fucking real. Anyway.
No.
We can't only talk about the good, we also have to talk about the bad, so Rick, weakest link.
I think the weakest link is that it relied entirely on gross out humour, more or less.
Oh, there's a fair amount of slapstick as well.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, I think there was, what saved it for me over, well, we've mentioned Farzar already, is that the slapstick was good, but yeah, the gross out was just not to my personal taste because of how much of it there was. Like, I love a bit of slapstick, gross out not so much.
I absolutely get where you're coming from, but the fact that it's aimed towards kids means it can only be so gross, at least.
Yeah, there's a cap on it. Like, you're not going to have someone putting a Q-tip down someone else's knob.
Well, that's just it, isn't it? Like, could you imagine if in this episode Chicken whipped his cock out and then it got cut off?
Yeah, or it's showing anything other than the red guy's ass.
Yeah, they didn't show him from the front, funny enough.
No, and when they do, they give him a paunch so it overhangs.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about you? What was your weakest link?
My weakest link is I don't think Cow and Chicken plays so well in a single episode format, because because we even brought it up in the episode with I Am Weasel. When you watch Cow and Chicken, you'd watch Cow and Chicken, you get a 3-minute episode of I Am Weasel, ad break, another 3-minute episode of I Am Weasel, and then Cow and Chicken.
Yeah. And they might not play against each other in terms of what the episode content was, but yeah, you have the same theme of ridiculousness.
Absolutely.
And by the second episode, like, if you're not in the mood already, then you're not a fan. But like, if you're already up on that stupidity high, then you're probably just sitting back and going, dumb thing get hit by thing.
You went really offensively dumb with that noise. But yeah, last question, the crowning moment, if you will. Rick, MVP.
I don't know who the secret identity could be, but it was Super Cow.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Super Cow, who came to the rescue. Came to the rescue of Chicken, and, well, Cow is lucky that such a person exists in the world.
Absolutely. I also love how she rides her bike everywhere.
Yes, because she can't fly.
And I've got to be honest with you, it might be a subtle joke, or it might just be by accident, but as an adult watching this, I feel like there's a subtle dig at female superhero costumes in that even though she's a cow, she still has her tits on display.
Yeah, she's got her tits out. But how about you? What was your MVP?
My MVP. I like how you always say what for MVP.
Yeah, because it comes on from what was your favourite moment and what was your weakest link. And I forget that MVP could be a who.
It will almost always be a who, in fact.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to the theme tune.
Yeah, the theme tune that we didn't really hear.
Yeah, but it's still got the iconic beat, like the ding 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 ding, which is going to be completely butchered when the automatic process closes all the gaps off.
Yeah. Well, even the opening jingle of when the title card drops off, in the good old gritty saxophone style.
That's exactly it, though, isn't it? It's just so grimy, and you don't get, like you said, we always get like attempts at perfect animation nowadays, but the art style itself lends to griminess.
Yeah, like intentional imperfection, I think, is something that people need to embrace and actually play off a lot more. But oh well.
Hopefully we'll get more of it with the more times we delve into these older cartoons. But we'll have to save that for another day. Today we are at an end, and as always, we've got the comment section down below if you're watching on YouTube. If you're not watching via YouTube, but instead listening via one of our many audio platforms, you can instead send us an email. Where would they send an email to, Rick?
nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com. Once again, that is nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com.
Thank you very much for not being petty and throwing back in my face what I did last week.
That's fine.
Oh, he's got an ace up his sleeve for the next time he's in a mood. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Tune in next week, which will be our final Australia episode before we go back to the normal format, hopefully.
Yeah. So it's going to be a goodbye from me.
And it's going to be a goodbye from him. Bye-bye.
Bye.